Good morning, good day, or good evening, everybody. Welcome to Battle City Broadcasting. It's your host, Alex. I know it's been a while, but we've been busy, but I finally got a chance to record this video for you guys. I just wanted to teach you guys how to play this Photon Galaxy deck with the new Photon Jumper and last up numbers we got from the last Battle of Legends. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for tuning in. If you guys have been here before, welcome back. Always love to have you. So with this, let's just go ahead and dive right into it. I'm not going to waste any of y'all's time. Okay, to get us started, let's talk about these two, Galaxy Soldier and Galaxy Wizard. The whole deck revolves around these two cards, Soldier being your main playmaker and outlet to the graveyard, and Wizard being your most powerful searcher. Even with suboptimal hands and combo lines, these two cards are powerful enough to help you unbrick and continue playing. Alright. Now let's talk about the game plan of this deck. We have Photon Jumper and Photon Emperor. The most important goal of this deck is to get these two cards into the graveyard. By doing this, most of your combo lines will fall into place and play itself out. And to supplement this plan, this deck has what I like to call a search line, consisting of 3 cards. Your Galaxy Soldier, your Galaxy Wizard, and your Galaxy Summoner. This search line starts with either the Soldier or Wizard and ends with the Summoner. If you have Soldier, then Soldier will search the Wizard, which will then in turn search the Summoner. Now if you only have Wizard first, then Wizard will search the Soldier, which will then in turn search the Summoner. This search line will be incorporated into the goal of getting Emperor and Jumper into the grave. Now let's actually show the basic 2-card combo of the deck, and through this combo, you'll be able to see the game plan of the goals that I just talked about. So it'll consist of Soldier and like Emperor or any variation of the ways to get to these 2 cards in your hand. If you see these 2 cards, it's basically full combo, right? So from here, of course, the only thing we can do is use Soldier's effect to special summon itself by sending Emperor to the grave from hand. So now you go Chainlink 1 Soldier to search for a monster, and Chainlink 2 Emperor to special summon itself from the grave. So you get that, and you get a search here, which, like we said, the search line would search you for Wizard. From here, you can normal summon the Wizard. Alright. Using Wizard's effect, we can tribute it off to search for our Galaxy Summoner, which now completes that search line. Okay. From here, because we gained a second normal summon from the Emperor, we can use it to normal summon our Galaxy Summoner, using its effect on summon to target the Wizard in the graveyard to special it back out, and immediately use Wizard's effect again to tribute itself and search for a card. In this case, we would now search our Galaxy 100. And with this is now our outlet to completing our main goal, using it to send the Jumper from the deck to the grave. And now, since we've completed our goal of 1, first getting the Emperor into the grave, and then also getting the Jumper into the grave, the rest of this combo kind of falls in line, right? So now, because Jumper hit the grave, we can use its effect to search for a card. In this case, we would search for the Galaxy Expedition to let us continue extending. And then we'd go ahead and use Summoner's effect, second effect, to target the Soldier, turning it to level 4, which will then allow us to overlay into our Galaxy Photon Dragon. And then immediately using its effect, detaching, to search for another, any Galaxy or Photon card, to either search to our hand or actually Foolish, which sometimes will come up as well. This time we're just going to search a card to our hand, which would be Trance. Now in this case here, whether you search Trance or Expedition first, with the Jumper does not matter because we will immediately go into the Photon Dragon anyways and search the other copy. So these two are interchangeable. So from here, since we do control a level 5 or higher Photon or Galaxy, we can use the Expedition to summon a monster from the deck. In this case, we will summon the Afterglow Dragon. And from here, we can immediately overlay these two into our Cypher Dragon, straight into our Cypher X. And the importance of Cypher X here is not only does it give you the targeting protection, it's also an outlet going first to be able to detach your Afterglow and gain its effect that way. In which case we will do now by detaching 2. With the addition of Last Hope numbers, you'll see later, detaching both the Emperor and Afterglow do matter a little bit, so these are the main 2 that you want to detach. So now until the end of your opponent's turn, your light monsters cannot be targeted. And now, because Afterglow is detached for the effect of an Xyz monster, we can use its effect to special summon a Galaxy-Eyes Photon Dragon from the hand or deck. And now, because the Photon Dragon was special summoned, Galaxy 100's secondary effect now activates, allowing us to look at our opponent's extra deck and rip a card out of it, or if it happens to be a number monster, special summon it to our field. So from here, we can go ahead and link off 2 monsters. I'd normally link off the rank 4 and the dragon for our link monster here, the Soul Flare, and using Soul Flare's effect upon summoning to target the Afterglow in the grave to add back to our hand. The importance of this is because we never actually use Afterglow's effect to special summon itself from the hand, because it was originally special summoned out through Galaxy Expedition from the deck. So because we have it back in our hand, we can actually use the effect now, special summon it out, and then go ahead and use the trance, paying 2,000 of our life points to target the dragon, special it, and a Galaxy of the same level, so level 8 from the deck. So from here, you could summon another Afterglow if you wanted to, but since we already have one in rotation, we'll just go with the Brave. And from here, I'll normally just overlay the dragon and the Afterglow for our Photon Lord here. And that would be the end of that 2-card combo, basically. So you'd still, on your opponent's turn, you can search for another dragon, which would then supply the discard effect to pop a special summon monster. You still have the monster negate off of Photon Lord, and you still have the target protection that lingers until the end of your opponent's turn. And the great thing about Photon Lord here, being a monster negate, is that you can again detach the Afterglow Dragon, which will then also trigger Afterglow's effect to special summon another Photon Dragon to your grave, triggering the 100 to rip another card out of your opponent's extra deck. Cleaning this all back up real quick. Another variation of this 2-card combo of Soldier and Emperor would actually, instead of Emperor, to also have Soldier and Jumper. You can get to the same exact line as before, right? So if we start here, again, we'll use Soldier's effect, dumping the Jumper from hand, special the Soldier. So now that's Soldier Chainlink 1 to search a monster, and Jumper Chainlink 2 to search a spell or trap. So Chainlink 2 resolves first, because the goal, remember the goal is to get the Jumper and the Emperor into the grave first. The spell we would search here off of Jumper would be our Galaxy 100. And then the monster, again with this search line of Soldier, since we don't have Wizard yet, we would search the Wizard off of the Soldier. From here, we can go ahead and use our Galaxy 100 to dump the Emperor from our deck to our grave. Now boom, the main goal of this deck is now completed. Emperor's effect triggers in the grave to special summon itself out, now giving us 2 normal summons this turn. Then we can normal the Wizard, use Wizard's effect, complete the search line, searching out the Galaxy Summoner. Then using our second normal summon on the Summoner, effect, getting the wizard back out, wizard searching your spell, which in this case would either be trance or expedition. I searched expedition first last time, so this time I'm just going to search trance first. Doesn't really matter too much. Summoner's effect, targeting soldier, turn to level 4. Overlay again into the Photon Dragon. Effect of the Galaxy Photon Dragon to search the expedition. And from here, you can pretty much see that we're now at the same state we were last time. Same combo. Expedition gets Afterglow. Afterglow overlay with Emperor to the Cypher, straight into the Cypher X. Cypher X effect, detaching these two, Emperor and the Afterglow, to gain target protection. Afterglow's effect, now special summon a dragon from the deck, Photon Dragon, which will now trigger the 100, ripping a card out of your opponent's extra deck, linking these two away. For the Soul Flare. Soul Flare's effect. This time, instead of adding the Afterglow back, we could just keep it there, it's fine. Because you did see last time we did have an extra level 8. We could just add like a follow-up this time, a follow-up back. So we can add the soldier back if we wanted. The better thing I would add in this case would just be the wizard, since that would be able to normal summon and search as anything anyways. And because when it comes back to our turn, most of everything's already set up for us, we don't need as many of these starters, right? We can just immediately go into wizard and do our thing. So we can just add back the wizard this time, and we'll just activate trance, paying 2k, targeting the Photon Dragon in the grave. Special it. And you can go for another Afterglow, you can go for the Brave, or whatever other level 8 Galaxy in the deck. Doesn't matter at this point. I just, in this case, like going for the second Afterglow, because again, doing it this way and overlaying will now still give us access to the Photon Lord that can detach the Afterglow next turn to then special summon a Photon Dragon and trigger 100 again for another extra deck rip, on top of searching to fulfill the cost of Soul Flare to pop a special summon monster. Now let's talk about Photon Jumper on his own, right? So not only did Photon Jumper himself, if I can find it, not only did Photon Jumper himself increase the ceiling and the consistency of this deck by a lot even. It's a really good card. Acting as a spell trap searcher as well, really good. He also now enables you to make plays with this deck with this one card. So we have some one card combos. It's not full combo, but it allows you to make plays, and depending on whatever else you do open up, which you always open up with something because we don't run a shit ton of hand traps, right? Anything else, we'll be able to extend off of that as well. So if, let's say we just put Jumper back, going to shuffle up a little bit. Alrighty, cut a little bit too. Alright, we have 4 other cards in our opening hand. Doesn't matter, right? So from here, we can literally just start off with 100 and immediately dump the Jumper from the deck. Which will now activate Jumper's effect to search us a spell or trap. In this case, we would search our Galaxy Trance, and then we could use Trance, paying 2k life points, targeting the Photon, our only Photon of the grave, the Jumper, special summon him and a Galaxy from the deck of the same level. So a Galaxy level 4 this time, we can special summon the Summoner. From here, both their effects are negated right now anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. But we can use these to link into our Soul Flare. Soul Flare's effect now adding back our Galaxy Summoner in the grave to the hand. And then we could use our normal summon. And then upon normal summon, using Summoner's effect, targeting the jumper in our grave to special back out. And then overlaying them into our Photon Dragon, which will then net us any other kind of search, right? So that's the basis of our like one card like pseudo combo line, essentially. Now depending on what we opened up, let's see what the 4 random cards were. Wizard, Emperor, Droll, Soldier. Okay, so in this case, we already had full combo with Soldier and Emperor, which is cool, so we didn't have to pursue this line. Whenever you have the 2-card combo here, always pursue that instead. But obviously, we didn't know what these were, right? But if this was the hand we opened up with, top 100, that's just really, really good. All right, so let's just continue with this line, so to speak, right? So we already have the Soldier, Emperor, and Wizard. We already have the Summoner in rotation. We already used a single normal summon. So our next goal, of course, would be to get the Emperor into the grave. Yeah? So we're not going to use the Search of Photon Dragon yet, but instead, we're now going to use the Soldier's effect, sending the Emperor to special summon Soldier. And what's really cool now is that Photon Dragon has a second effect where if a light monster is special summoned, you can use its effect to turn its level into 4 or 8. So the level modulation is nice, but more importantly, it can chain block everything that's important to us here. So we'll go Chainlink 1 Soldier on the special summon to search for Galaxy Monster. Chainlink 2 Emperor to special summon itself out. And Chainlink 3 Photon Dragon to turn Soldier to level 8. The level is nice, but more importantly, it protects our main play here. So 3 resolves, Soldier's now level 8. Chain 2 resolves, Emperor special summoned. Chain 1 resolves, Soldier searches for a monster. In this case, I'll search the dragon here. From here, since we now gain a second normal summon, we can normal the Wizard, effective Wizard to search for a spell or trap, and search for the Expedition. Go ahead and use Expedition. Special the Afterglow. You see right here, pretty much now the combo has fallen in line is the same way. Instead of Emperor, you can even choose to overlay with Soldier. But I would prefer to overlay with Emperor to make your rank 8. So because, again, going to Cypher X here would then allow you to detach the 2 like normal. Oh, this is in the grave. To not only trigger Afterglow's effect, but still maintain that you have 2 level 8s in the grave. Alright? So now you have targeting protection, Afterglow's effect activates, special summoning another dragon from the deck, 100 triggers, ripping a card out of your opponent's extra deck. From here, we haven't even used the search yet, so we can use the search of Photon Dragon here. In this case, if you're in this scenario, you would want to detach the summoner and keep the jumper in as material, because on your opponent's turn, or if it comes back to your turn, if your Photon Dragon happens to go to grave, so does jumper, and jumper's effect immediately triggers to search as well, even if it was your opponent's turn. So we'll use the effect detaching the summoner to search for any Galaxy or Photon card. Just for showcase, I'm going to search the Last Hope numbers this time. Cool. And remember now, Soldier was level 8. So now we can overlay him into another rank 8. Titanic. Now we have a spell negate. Now the new card, Last Hope numbers, we're going to pair half of our life points. But now we are able to target 2 level 8s in our grave, which is why detaching these 2 from Cypher X is important. Because now with these 2, we can special summon them and immediately use them to overlay into a number monster. which is our Photon Lord. And from here, we now have the dragon in our hand from an earlier search to supply this. So, which means our search on our opponent's turn with Photon Lord can now search us something else, another follow-up or whatever. Alright. We still have the lingering target protection. We still have a spell negate, a monster negate, and with the monster negate, detaching the Afterglow to special another dragon to rip a card out of the opponent's extra deck as well. And just from the opening hand, we just happen to have a Droll to whatever hand trap you want to run. Up to you. So there is your straight to the point tutorial / play guide or whatever to the Photon Galaxy deck with the new support. If you guys have been watching and made it this far into the video, I thank you all so much. We at Battle City Broadcasting thank you all so much. We love you guys, and for any of you that have supported us or have reached out to us, that means a lot to us as well. If you liked what you see, go and like, comment, subscribe in this video. And just so you guys know, we also now have an Instagram and a Discord. I will put those links into the description, but those are there for you guys to follow and keep up with us that way. Especially the Discord, if you guys wanted to talk more in depth or have more direct access to us as well and other people to collab with, Discord would be a perfect place for you guys. So with that, thank you for tuning in, you guys. Battle City Broadcasting's out.